Hey guys! So this video is for the beginning band, and we're going to be going over the B part of number 50 orally. You should have already watched the video for the A part, which is also posted today. And either one of these parts is your Flipgrid assignment for this week. So make sure you are recording one of the two parts. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just ask you to try. That's all I want is try. Record something. And remember, only I can see these videos. No one else can see it, so don't worry about that. And yeah, so make sure you do that. Make sure you're doing your attendance question, and make sure you are doing your practice log. Do all three of those, you'll get a good grade. Also be on a lookout for a lesson schedule for if you said yes to that question. Now, if we look back at orally, we should have just watched the A video, and now we're going to go over the second line, the B line. I'm going to bring back that box about our key signatures, because remember, you have a different key signature in the beginning of the song than we're used to. Flutes and trombones, you only have one flat. You're used to seeing two. Clarinets and trumpets, you have a sharp sign, so all your Fs are sharp. Saxophones, you have two sharp signs, so all Fs and all Cs are sharp throughout the entire song, so be careful. Now we're going to take a quick scan of the B line, because that's the line we're talking about in this video, and we're going to look and see how many times we have that note. So first measure, we don't have that note, we just have our normal notes. We have a dotted half note, which remember gets 3 beats of sound. Then we see a slur, which remember means you keep your air going, but you change your notes over it, or you change your fingers over it like this. There's no break, your air never stops. So just be careful when you get to there. Still none of that note. You have another one of your low note from your 7-note warm-up. Keep going, another dotted half note. Going, and guess what? You don't even have to worry about that note because it's not in the B part at all. We just get our normal notes and some dotted half notes and some slurs. So let's take a look at this first note. Now we haven't played this note in a little while, and this note is from your range extender, the bottom one of your warm-up page. And it's towards the beginning of the book if you don't remember it. Flutes, you have an A, which is thumb, 1, 2, pinky. Trombones, you also have an A, which is second position. Clarinets, you have B, so you've got 1, 2, 3, thumb, middle finger. Saxophones, F sharp, so 1, 2, 3, middle finger. And trumpets, you have a B, second finger. That is the only note you need for this first measure. And you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember that first note's longer because it's a half note and gets 2 beats of sound. Next measure, you'll see a dotted half note and a quarter note. And we should be really good at this note. So we're going to play the first 2 measures. If you have your instrument, play along. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just be careful because that dotted half note does get 3 beats. Now our next measure, we're just going down our scale a little bit, and we got a slur in there. And we end on that same note as the first measure. So I'm going to play measure 3 and measure 4 for you. So we're going to start there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, that slur, you keep your air going, you change your fingers without stopping. But then when you get to the third note, you do have to tongue again. So now we're going to start at the beginning and play all 4 of those measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. too bad so far. I'd say the trickiest thing is that dotted half note and then your slur. Other than that, we should be okay with these notes. Now if we look at measure 5, you might notice measure 5 is the same as one of the 4 measures we just played. Let's go backwards and see if we can find it. Is this measure the same as measure 5? What about measure 3? Are they the same? Measure 2? Nope. Measure 1. Same as measure 5. Just like in the A line, those 2 measures were the same. B line, they're the same. And then that means measure 6 is the same as measure 2. So that's easy. We already did that. Now is measure 7 the same as measure 3? It looks pretty similar. But if you look at that last note, you'll notice that last note is different. So be careful, that one goes back up. So I'm going to play measure 7 for you. So make sure that goes back up and be careful with that. And then our last measure is just a whole note, same as measure 4. So in the B line, the only difference in the first half and second half is that last note of measure 7. So I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to play the whole B line. If you have your instrument and you've practiced, try it with me. Or if you've practiced the A line, try playing the A line while I play the B line. Make it a duet. So this is both parts of 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the whole B part. It doesn't sound quite as happy as the A line, but remember the A line of the song is the melody. This B line that we just learned is the harmony. And when you put both of them together, it creates a really nice sound. So if you can, either record yourself playing one line, play the other line on top of it, or watch either of these videos and play the opposite part as me. And just be careful in those second measure because your rhythms don't line up. And that makes it a trickier duet. But it's really nice. So make sure you practice this. Pick either of these lines to do your flip grid, A or B. And again, just do your best with that. And make sure you're also practicing number 49, where you can get really good at that new note. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you click turn in after you've watched this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.